All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the Smugglers box today. Got a dilemma. I don't really know what I want to do with the hole. So I think I'm just going to seal it off and make it one solid piece. Weld in a piece that'll go in from all the way there and just make it a solid panel. Then I can kind of figure out what I'm going to do with my lid for this. So I'm going to start on that. I'll use my pattern maker. I'll probably have to make this in two pieces because I don't have a piece big enough. Yeah, let's see. Well, it's gonna be a little tougher than I thought to get that to wrap around in there and bend, and it's gonna take a lot of hammering. I might have to, I don't know, maybe I'll put a angle in here or something to kind of bring that out a little bit so it doesn't dive back in there so bad. Yeah, we'll figure out something. Okay, I got it stitched in there, pretty solid. I think I can just grind that and then skim over it with a little coat of Bondo, and should be good. Pretty happy with that. So do some grinding and see what it looks like. Make sure everything holds tight. All right, got it all ground down. I think that'll be okay. Gotta do a little bit of Bondo on it, smooth it over, and I think it's gonna be good. Okay, well, got it smoothed off. Looks pretty good. I got good contour here. I'll clean it up a little bit and get a coat of primer on it, and that'll hold it until I get down to doing more on the interior, but I'm pleased with that. That should be okay. All right, well, that didn't turn out too bad. I'm happy with that. So until I get down to doing a little more finish work on it, that will be good. So with the inside being done, now I can start looking at the Smugglers box cover. And what I want to do is make it to where it flips up and is on a cylinder where it can be remotely opened. So first thing I'm going to do is build a frame for the cover plate, and I've kind of got it mocked up. I haven't got much done, but I've got it kind of mocked up. I'm starting to get these pieces laid out, and it'll be a little bit of a process. Got to make the frame first, get it mounted to the car body. I've got these brackets here that should allow it to pivot and come up. So once I get the frame made. I can get that kind of set in there, figure out where those brackets are going to go, get them mounted up. So that's kind of the next step. All right, it's welded up. Got to just kind of setting in here for placement, and I think, you know, the size of it should be okay. I might have to reinforce it a little bit more, but I think overall it's pretty good. Now I just got to figure out how this is going to attach and where it's going to attach to give it the most space in here. So somewhere along there I'll get some brackets made up and either weld it on there or make it to where I can bolt it on. So that'll be the next part. Okay, it's not working the way I thought it was going to work. So I've got an issue with this mounted. This is actually the bottom side, but with it mounted on here and the amount of travel that it comes up, if the cover plate fits on here and sticks past here a couple inches, it does not allow this to clear it by the time it gets to here. It's going to be tough to make these brackets really work the way I wanted them to work. So I think what I will probably do is revise my design and maybe go with a hinge instead. We'll see. I'll take this apart and start reworking. Okay, I've got the cover plate laid in here. Already got a couple issues to deal with. The edge here is too tight. This kind of rounds down around the fender well, so it doesn't clear that. Pick it up, and the other side also hits. So I have to shave those down a bit. This will raise up to a certain point here. That's about as far up as it'll go. The edges here rub, so either I have to shave that down or only allow it to go up so far. I've got hinge on here. Not sure how that will bolt on. You can kind of see the edges kind of curve a little, so it's kind of flexing. And then once I get the frame underneath here, that's going to create a little more stiffness and not allow that to happen. So I have to do a little metal work here and see if I can clean these up. Also, the this part here doesn't lay very flat. If you put this on here, there's a pretty good gap underneath there. So what I will probably do is try to grind that down a little bit to where this sets a little flusher. And it's got a gap here, so this should set down a little bit farther. And I think if I grind those down just a little bit, that will allow that to lay flush. So a little metal work to do, and then I can see if I can get that hinge mounted in there. Okay, I've kind of got it temporarily put in place. I've got it bolted in off the hinge, and it clears pretty good, exception of right in the corners. I've got enough clearance along here, but I've got it's just still going to hit down there in the corner. So I'm going to shave those off on both sides. And I still got to do a little work on the front lip here where it doesn't quite set flat. Still got a little more to take off here, but getting closer. Get that done, and then I can kind of test fit the frame in here and hopefully get it figured out where the mechanism will go. Okay, so I got my hinge welded on. I've got to fill in these holes where it was actually bolted to the car, so made some little pieces to go in there, and it should fill the hole and be able to smooth that off pretty good. So I'll get those welded on, and I think I'm about ready to bolt it in actually. All right, hinges on, and I've got it bolted in place. The frame is setting there. It's not placed 100% yet, and I haven't bolted it to the top yet, but this bar right here will be for the cylinder. Once I get it, I should have in a couple days, but the cylinder will go there. It'll bolt somewhere here, and then once I determine the amount of travel that it has to go up in order to be tight up here, make sure that measurement is right and it doesn't go too far, I can get that finished up. I added a couple extra bumpers here, so when it sets down on the frame, it actually bottoms out and the cylinder won't pull it past that point. So that should help it line up. And so the lid sets, it bends really good, clearance is good, fit around the edges are good here, so I like the where it's sitting. So now it's just really a matter of getting that cylinder and figuring out the mounting position for it, and also got to get a battery put in there so then I can test it. But battery, I made a tray for the battery to mount right there, so I'll get that attached, welded in, and cleaned up around that, so then I can actually wire it and get that all tied together. All right, well, I got the actuator finally and got it mounted in here. It swivels good. I put the frame in and bolted on just to see. Unfortunately, it didn't come with the remotes, so I really can't extend the piston on it. So I'll have to wait till I get the remotes for that. But I'll set this in here. Okay, let's see how. Well, might have to do a little adjusting because it doesn't quite line up like I thought it'd line up. Need to move that over just about an inch. For some reason it's not in the center, so all right, got to do a little more adapting. All right, let's see if this is any better now. Got it moved over and re-welded. right. Well, that fits in there. I got it connected. It's pretty decent there. That's where the controller will go. And I think that's pretty close. Let's see if we can take these down. And the pan sits on it good, so I'll have to get the controller to make sure it raises up high enough, or not too high, prior to welding this on here. But I think for the time being, that's going to be pretty good. I'll get it hooked up to battery and make sure it goes up as far as it needs to. Okay, so I've got the bracket mounted and got it bolted to this as a temporary setup, but I've measured the distance should be 8 inches from the bracket to the cylinder, and I've got about 8 3/8, which is just about perfect. That means it just won't open up quite as far, which also gives that the extra clearance for the corners that hopefully that won't hit then. Once I get this all welded up and fit in there again, then I can verify that the corners don't hit. So I'll go ahead and pull it out and get to welding. Okay, I got it welded up. A lot heavier now than it was. Got the frame on and go ahead and bolt it in and see how well it lays. I might have to do a little tweaking on it in order to get it perfectly flat, so we'll see what we got. I got a little extra wire, but this is just a trial fit. Okay. Well, that's as far out as it goes. Okay, so let's see. I got just barely enough clearance on the corners. So let's see how it lays down. And that's bottomed out. That's perfect. Oh, I think I like that. That's sweet. And I can go right back down. Back up. And that's the max. So I've got just, I don't know if you can see it, but I've got just enough clearance on both sides and I don't have to shave any more off. So I'm pleased. I think that's going to be just fine. I'll go ahead and get it pulled back off because I got a lot of cleaning up to do in here. But as far as the fit and the function of it, I'm happy. All right, well, that's about going to do it for my Smugglers box conversion. I'm pretty pleased with the way it opens and closes. The battery will stay back here in the back, and I'll have cables that run to the front for the engine and everything, but it'll all be nice and concealed. and I can use it for extra storage. Not a whole lot of storage, but as much storage as a smuggler's box can hold. So hope you enjoyed this part of it, and I'll be on to other things now. So stay tuned, there'll be more. Thanks.